Hello and welcome to Wife's Gaming List. This is the husband and the counterpart to the wife. She makes lists of video games and I play them. So this is what this channel is all about. And today we are going to talk about Fantasy Life I, the most effective and efficient way of aging your weapon. So if you don't know what aging your weapon means, that probably means you're not at end game yet. But once you get towards the end game and you're trying to get the best stats, the third stats to your weapons, may it be for your combat, your crafting, or your gathering weapons, this is the best way to go about it. Now sure, you can go about this the way that the game developers intend for you to go about doing it, and hats off to you, but that is going to take a very, very long time in order to age your weapon and bury your weapon and get the exact stats you want for every weapon that you want in the game. And if you do that, seriously, hats off to you. However, for the people that don't want to walk the noble path or just don't have the time to do it the traditional way, this is the way that I highly recommend for you to do it. But first thing that you want to do, sign up for an Epic Game account if you don't already have it and link it to your Fantasy Life I. So with me, I am playing on Steam, so I had to link it via Steam. So if you're playing on the PS5 or you're playing on the Switch 2, you're going to have to find out on how to link it. It might take you a few steps in order to do it, really depends on what system you're coming from, but it's completely worth your while. So go ahead and do that first. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Step number one, find the aging altar room. You can go about this by re-rolling with your sapling and try to find the treasure grove yourself, or you can just go ahead and go on multiplayer and go to a room that has aging altar. One thing to be mindful is if you play in the treasure grove at higher levels, you will get better stats. I believe it's present day to 200 years ago is one bracket, 300 years ago to 600 years ago is one bracket, and finally 700 years ago to 1000 years ago is the best stats that you can get for your aging altar. Okay, number two, all you gotta do once you are in this treasure grove is get to the aging altar and bury your weapon. But prior to that, I was just check the tab. For me on the Steam Deck, it's L2. You can check 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star on what it will give you if you land on those stars. So when you donate whatever item in order to bury the weapon with, you want to make sure that it lands on the star that is going to give you your stats. So I don't know if that sounds too confusing, but here is my example. What I wanted to get was a 10% light damage. So that can only work on this specific age altar for 2 stars. So in a different altar, sometimes I'll say it for 2 stars and 3 stars. So I want to go ahead and just give enough items so it lands in 2 stars. So there will be a possibility that I will get the 10% light damage on this sword. I hope that makes sense. And the third step is you just want to finish this grove treasure until the very end. Once you complete it, then you will be able to get your weapon back from the aging altar. No, you can't just bury the weapon and just leave the game. It doesn't work like that. You won't get any additional stats by just leaving the game after you bury it, which is a really good thing. So people don't do that. And after you have done with the treasure grove, it's very important that you go out of the game, of the multiplayer, and just go back to your game. You can stand in front of the aging altar before you pick it up, and you want to save the game and make sure that cross save is on. That's why it's very important for you to link your Epic Game account to Fantasy Life I. This is the only way it's going to work for you to do this over and over again. There were a couple of times, maybe even a few times, where I did leave the game, went to the title screen, and went back into the game, and the age weapon was already dug up. So I've tried that multiple times. It doesn't work. The only way this is going to work is you must have cross save on, and you must link your account to your Epic Game account. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but this is the most important step, is to link your Epic Game account to Fantasy Life I. Once all that is said and done, what you need to do next is just to dig up your item, check the stats. If it's a stat that you want, you're good, you're done. If it is not, you will have to leave, go to the title screen, load up the cross save, and go back into the game and keep doing that over and over again until you get the stats that you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and just speed this up and let you see how many times it took me to get the stat that I really want. Again, for the people that want to walk the noble path and do this the way that the developers meant for you to do it or intend for you to do it, more power to you. It's just going to take a very long time to do that. Sometimes in life, you gotta cheese in order to get what you want. And you're not hurting anybody, so just go ahead and do it. But don't let me influence you. You live your life. If you want to walk the noble path, again, hats off to you. But yeah, this is gonna save a lot of time. Alright, as you can see, I finally got the stat that I want. I am super happy. I did a little dance here in the game, and as you can tell, it took quite a few tries in order to get there. So I highly recommend this way of aging your weapon. Get that third slot stat, the best stats in the game for yourself. I'll also leave a spreadsheet on the description below on the best stats to get in the game in regards to your crafting, your gathering, and your combat weapons, and even your shields. It'll be in the description below. You can look at it and see which one you want, and you can aim for the exact aging altar for your treasure growth. Alright, and that is pretty much the video. I want to thank you for your time and attention. I hope that this video is able to help you to get the perfect third slot stat for your weapons. And if you found this video to be helpful at all, please consider leaving a like, maybe even subscribing if you want to see content of my wife giving me a list of video games and I just play it and I give her my thoughts. Until next time, and I do hope to see you again next time, stay cozy, may you find tranquility no matter where you are at in life. Take it easy.